Good afternoon, everyone. It is my pleasure and honor to speak with you. It's always a great opportunity when I can get in front of my business and industry colleagues. And so just a little bit more about my background and what I did as the 104th chairman of the board. I had the opportunity to talk about next generation leadership and also technology. And so it's an interesting combination of being a girl who codes at the same time as being a very proud CPA. And so bridging the gap with technology has enabled me to talk about transformation and disruption in a very broad way. And so as we talk about transformation and disruption, this quote that's listed by Thomas Friedman in his book, Thank You for Being Late, actually speaks very clearly about when fast gets really fast, being slower to adapt makes you really slow and disoriented. Now, if I was anywhere else but in a room of senior finance leaders, I would probably have to expand in a lot of detail. But I don't know if I personally believe that there is any other function that has expanded more than the role of the CFO. So in addition to doing tax and treasury, internal audit, mergers and acquisitions, supply chain, many of you have HR, you have information technology, some of you have legal, you're doing corporate reporting, and you're also, I know some of you are laughing when you think about how broad your role is now. You are also, as the Oracle CEO, Safra Catz likes to say, the co-pilot of your organization. Because your CEO is looking for your wisdom and insight about what's next. How do you ensure competitive advantage? How do you ensure that you will be here just 3 years from now? It used to be when we were growing up in our careers, we would talk about a 5-year strategic plan. 5 years, half of the companies we know today will look dramatically different than they do right now. So we can't just go with a 5-year plan. And guess who has the bird's eye view of what's going on in the organization? All of you. And so I'm preaching to the choir, because you already know how fast change is happening. And if you're in a consumer-facing business, you know it way early because you are following the market trends. So for the next 40 minutes, I'm going to talk about what's happening at the profession, across the profession at a macro level. And so this is going to bring back memories, hopefully some good memories for some of you, as I talk about public practice. We're also going to talk about what's going on in business and industry and some of the initiatives we have that spread across the spectrum. So if you're in government, not-for-profit, academia, or consulting, in addition to being in business and industry and public practice, you hopefully will find that there's something here for you. Also, what you're going to find is that at the bottom of the slides, for those of you who want to take it back to your organizations, you want to do a lunch and learn, you want to talk to the people that are on your teams, there are citations. And you're going to find that at the association, or AICPA, I'll say that until I get to the slide that talks about our new organizational structure, you're going to find that we really try to leverage all of the thought leaders. So it'll be across the big four, Money, Fortune, Forbes, Magazine, across a lot of leading thought leaders and authors, because we want to anticipate what's happening, what's going on. And so we can bring that insight and value proposition back for all of our members. And then at the same time, there's always this thread that we have where we're thinking about our members who are traditionalists, our members who are baby boomers, our members who are Gen X and Gen Y, and now the Z generation. And so we have a lot of different initiatives going on, but fundamentally what never changes is our unwavering, relentless focus on promoting and protecting the public interest. So no matter what we do, we always foundationally come back to that notion. And so if there's something here that I'm not going to be able to spend a lot of time on that you would like to know more about, we have amazing team members that work for AICPA, the association, and they are more than willing and happy to get information for you. And at the same time, this information can be found on the website. And of course, if you're linked in with us or on Facebook and following what's going on Twitter, you'll also be plugged in also in a very meaningful way.